Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, April 20th, 2022 today. And we're welcome to our little morning update here. It's kind of nice to use this opportunity to give everybody an update on what's kind of going on around the district for today and what's happening and what's new. We're just kind of, once again, I'm kind of just doing this. It's kind of in the soft phases, just trying to do some practice to trying to get everything in order before I do a lot of advertisement on this. But if you're a subscriber to our channel, you might get the alert that we have these. Some of you just simply don't have the time to just chime in and hear me visit about news that probably is shared through other avenues, I hope. But it is sometimes nice just to kind of talk through some stuff. And certainly we've got a small following, but very faithful. We appreciate that. And like I said, some people just want to have like more of a conversation about what's going on around the district. And so I'm here for that in the mornings when I can. And so most of the time I try and be here early and just kind of get my stuff in order for the day and what's coming up. And as well, I guess we might as well do that together here live. And once again, some of you, it probably doesn't fit your style or your patience, and I understand that, but I guess then you're not necessarily our target audience for this. It's more of a conversation and just kind of morning information. So I'm going to share my screen like I do usually, and we will talk about what's kind of going on today in the calendar around the district. As you see here, I'm going to just pop up the web page. Like I always, if you just start even typing in Google or most browser or search engines, most time people are more comfortable with Google, but it doesn't really matter. If you just start typing in SSC Cardinals, you're going to come up, you're going to get this will be the first hit is ssccardinals.org, or maybe even have it set as your home page or whatever. I like going right here to activities, events, and schedules. You can also find it here up under calendars and activities, events, and sports. It's the same place. You can also find some information on our calendars. Our school calendar in PDF is right here, just at a first click. And then, of course, I've added next year's calendar that's been approved on there too as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just go to activities, events, and schedules here, and that's going to show me basically 7 days out. When I click on that link right there, it's just kind of, that's the mode. It's going to give me the next basically week that I'm looking at. Things change so much in the spring that it's really hard to plan too far out, but certainly we're always looking out. I'm always thinking ahead about what things are going on. But today is Wednesday, and Wednesdays typically with the school, we really try our hardest to stay away from scheduling things on those days, sometimes due to just what's going on. Sometimes it's just, especially in the spring when we got weather, so many weather affected things that sometimes this is unavoidable. And sometimes we just, but once again, we usually try and stay away from the Wednesdays. And so today is pretty light. There's nothing, but there's practices and stuff as usual. Tomorrow, however, is a really busy day, and Thursdays usually are. The golf team is going to be home at Covington Links with a little duel against Kingsley Pearson. And the tennis kids are going to be home. Our girls tennis team will be home against Bishop Elon. And it looks like our soccer girls will be home. And it looks like the time changed a little bit. You see in the red there, the time changed. So keep that in mind. It looks like a 4:30 start. And so just keep that in mind. They're playing Deschênes and they're at home. So it's the Cardinals versus the Cardinals tomorrow night in girls soccer. Baseball is going to be away to West Point. And then, of course, the band concerts, and then high school band concert is going to be at 7:15 p.m. Now, that was backed up a little bit from the 7 o'clock original plan time on that. So keep that in mind. The other thing is you want to enter door 1 there at the middle school. And it's in the middle school auditorium. It's a high school band concert, but it's in the middle school auditorium. And so the auditorium is just really basically shared by the whole district. It just happens to be in the middle school there. So that's just hoping, I think they back that up a little bit. It just helps all those band students that happen to be involved in some of these other things to get there on a little bit better without rushing too much. But I'm sure they're stressed about it either way. So that's kind of tomorrow, Friday. It looks like that's that rescheduled track meet that was going to be in Bennington on Tuesday, and they moved it to this Friday coming up. And so you'll see that in red there that it was rescheduled. It looks like the baseball team will be home against Twin River, and the boys varsity soccer is going to go to Miller to an invite. So that looks like that goes on through the weekend. So I'm not sure exactly when they play there, but if you follow the boys soccer team, hopefully you're aware of that and you're following their social media, and we'll pass that along. Saturday's a big day with our prom, and the Grand March is at 4:30, and the dance, of course, is at 8 o'clock, and then the commons area, really they take kind of over other parts of the high school, and they do the post prom. There is some forms and stuff that you need to get filled out and turned in so that there's permission from the parents and whatever. So know that. I think all the links should be, the main one is just post prom permission form, this PDF right here, but they're also on our regular web page. And I'm going to try and stream the Grand March. That's the only part that we really, I don't really do much with the prom itself, kind of stay out of that. And then the post prom, sometimes I take a few pictures of just the students when they have a little fun starting out, but I don't hang around there all night and take pictures. I have stayed sometimes later, but probably will not do that much this year. So anyway, that's kind of a week in a glance. I'll update as soon as I get the links ready for the Grand March. I'll put them up there. I'm not going to do a real fancy thing, but just normal streaming and try and make it so it's so if you have relatives or whatever from afar, they can see it. And so just watch on here, mostly the social media, and then I'll try and put those links on our webpage as well, and under the calendar here too, if I can get that done. So thanks to Michelle for fixing that post prom link or the time. I had put it in there at the right start time, I think, but it looked like it was going till like 6 o'clock or something PM. And I don't know what I'm doing there, I guess. So anyways, I don't know what time. I mean, that typically kind of just wraps up with the hypnotist and prizes, and I'm not sure on the timing, but I think they shoot for 4 or 5 in the morning. It's way too late or early, however you want to put it, for me, but I think you understand that. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on in our calendar. We've got a couple things rolling out here in the district over the next day. Tomorrow in the Thursday folders with the students is going to be sent home some information on our new Safe to Help app. And that is kind of going to go, I'm going to be flipping the website over the next 24 hours here as best I can to the new Safe to Help app information. And that's going to be important as we talk about getting students help if they just need to talk to someone, they have suicidal thoughts, or they have some friends that want to hurt themselves, or they want to hurt themselves, or there's just whatever they need. And there's problems. It's Safe to Help as a new app. It's across Nebraska. It started in Colorado. couple of years ago, I believe. And then our state department has taken it on, and thankfully there was funding from the state level to get that started. And basically there are folks that are manning the phone lines 24/7, whether it's in the phones and the texts. If the students want to text a number, they can text and get help. They can call a number and get help. They can use the app on their phone. It's called Safe to Help. And information is going to be flowing out tomorrow, where it's going to be come home through our normal pushed out app outlets through the email and texting with links to the information. We're going to send it home in Thursday folders with students tomorrow, and all students tomorrow are going to watch a short 6 or 7 minute video from Mr. Ben Schultz, our principal at Lewis and Clark, and he's also our safety coordinator. He's going to talk to the students about using the app. We've already talked to the staff about it last week. And now it's kind of what we talk to the students about, and we're going to roll it out and parents, and there'll be links to the video that the students watch, and there'll be information about what the reason behind it and what it's going to do. So look for that tomorrow. Safe to Help app. That's going to be some good information. We'll probably talk about it again on this and go into a little more detail once it's kind of rolled out, but you heard it here first, obviously. And then also tomorrow the free and reduced form. So please get the free and reduced lunch application filled out. Even if you don't know if you're qualified or not, it helps us out, it helps you out, and then it helps us out for next year. If you do qualify for free or reduced meals, they're still going to be free through this school year, but for next year, you'll be on the list of already approved, and so you'll get 30 days to make sure everything, and you won't end up getting billed. If you don't get that in, you're still going to get billed until all the paperwork's done. So wow, it's just paying it forward. It's just getting that taken care of right now. It helps us all out. And if you have students that are in high school or thinking about going to college or want to go to college, having that free and reduced app filled out too is going to be helpful, because there's some things that could get paid for you, or it could be qualified for some money or scholarships or different things from funding. So please fill out the free and reduced app that comes out. That'll be coming out tomorrow as well as I'll be pushing that out on our normal avenues information, and there'll be there is some information right here on our website about that. And notice I really depend on these latest news and items here. Is really where you're going to find a lot of the things we're talking about right now. And then also you can view all the news. So if it's a little bit older and it rolls off this front page, you can find it on this latest news. Here's all the stuff. And so even graduation, I've got posted on there with the times and who's going when, and then I even have the links to the live stream already posted on there. So please know where you can find that information there. Next week, looking ahead to next week, we've got our home track invite is the 28th of April, and that's a Thursday, and it usually starts about 2 o'clock, and we're hoping to start with a couple of announcements and just kind of celebrations, if you will, presentations. I know we had a couple folks step forward and give donations to kind of underwrite the different areas, and so we've got some things we're gonna, with the throwing area hopefully, and the high jump area is going to get named, and possibly the long jump announcement then too. So look forward to that next week on Thursday. We'll definitely be talking more about that as next week rolls in. And like I said, we're kind of in our soft phase right now talking about this. When I'm visiting with you in the morning, I'll probably include it in my Friday update this week, and then start talking about it. Start bringing in some guests next week too. It'll be just really good timing. And once again, we're just trying to get this figured out. I'd like to use it. I'd just like to use it all the time, but for next school year, just kind of have it more figured out. The more you use it, the more I figure it out, the more I get comfortable and kind of get used to running it and doing it. And like I said, it's conversation, all this information somewhere else, but it's kind of nice to have a conversation. And to be honest with you, it kind of helps me in the morning. It kind of almost had the conversation in my head as I normally get here and early and put together what's kind of going on and what I'm doing. Kind of do that anyway. So it's nice just to do it together. So we'll go ahead and wrap this up for today. And we'll see you hopefully tomorrow morning on here. If not, for sure on Friday. Thursdays are a little tougher. We have administrative meetings that start pretty much right away. Sometimes they're not going right away. And sometimes I go right to them from home because they're held at the high school. And so it's a little bit harder for me to do that, but we'll see. I'll try and still be on live in the morning as we are kind of getting used to that. So, okay, have a great Wednesday and hope it rains a little today.